If you're watching this, you probably enjoy Risk of Rain 2, but of course not everything we like is perfect. And unfortunately, this goes for Risk of Rain 2. But that's not to say it's bad, some things just need changed. For example, in my case, it would be the removal of a few items and enemies, and I'm sure some of you have your own personal gripes with the game, which I would love to hear in the comments. But today I'm here to explore the Risk of Rain 2 Discord and the feedback channel, because I'd like to know what some other people are thinking, and maybe give my thoughts on some of the criticisms. Because after all, I have way too much time logged into this game. However, if you're looking for gameplay, I have a whole Eclipse playlist that I will link somewhere. And with that, let's see what our fellow survivors have to say about the game. This first user has suggested a new red to the game by the title of Little Anvil. Any scrap currently in your inventory increases all of your base stats by a small amount per stack. Quality of increase is determined by scrap rarity. 2.5% for white scrap, 5% for green, 10 for yellow, and 20 for red. Already off to a great start, and I really appreciate this user's use of color emojis. I am pretty in love with this idea. Your scrap actually being useful while you're waiting around for that one printer that won't show up. That seems really innovative. I just have two questions. How would this item stack, and would you get stats for holding regenerative green scrap? Overall, really good suggestion. 8 out of 10. Replace the move speed increase with a 1% increase in attack speed per kill. Caps at 30%, plus 10% per stack. Once gaining a stack, lasts 30 seconds and afterwards and goes on cooldown for 15 seconds. Now I personally think the game treats attack speed pretty well. I personally feel like the scalings just need doubled. I think the buff decays way too fast. This suggestion needs a little bit more time in the oven. But maybe together, we can make Hunter's Harpoon not a worthless item. This next survivor says, make backup mag do something for Railgunner's HH44. Having it just be a 100% useless item for a build just doesn't seem right. Give it a purpose of some sort, like having it fire your first X amount of shots extra quickly, making you shoot all the charges at once on your first shot, or whatever. As long as it does something, I'll be satisfied. I'm not really sure what this person means. Of course backup mag affects Railgunner's HH44. The HH stands for Hooks of Heresy. You just have to go get the skill, and then boom. Extra charge. I do like both ideas for how it should function. It's just hard to establish what constitutes as a first shot on a skill that doesn't reload. I'm pretty stumped on suggestions, but I really like the direction of this suggestion. I give this suggestion a 10. Now this user proposes a new artifact, that being the Artifact of Exploration. All maps are covered in fog. Fog within 15 meters of you clears, and it clears permanently. Risk of Rain 2 is already kind of a horror game, and I feel like adding this fog aspect, especially while playing with friends, would make for some ridiculous fun. Like just imagine you're walking around the abyssal depths as one does, and then just Elite Elder. I don't know if I just like game torture, but the lack of anticipation would be hilarious. And now I really want this artifact in the game. 9 out of 10 suggestion. New green item, Dementia. Clear your entire save file's memory. New void item, Jar of Discord. Corrupts all bottled chaos. Activating secondary, utility, or special has a 5% plus 5% per stack chance to trigger an additional random survivor's corresponding ability afterwards. If this existed, I would make a video on it immediately. This item sounds like a 15 out of 10 on the fun scale. Like imagine your loader and you're charging up your super punch, and right whenever you let it go, you get a mercenary dash. Someone make this immediately, 11 out of 10. Buff Acrid's Blight in some way. It scales poorly. Well, good news, they did that. It's called using the better skill. 0 out of 10 suggestion. This person wants an alternate M2. Scope of Heresy. Converts your secondary into a scoped version of your primary. Replaces Hooks of Heresy if owned.
Let's kill him. Let's kill this guy. Let's beat him to death with hammers.
What is wrong with you, brother? Negative 20 out of 10. Okay, we have one for a new white item. Field Manipulator. Increases the size of all AoE effects by 25% plus 25% per stack. If attacks don't have AoE, it will increase the range instead of attacks. This sounds awesome. My only change is that it should be green. Just because of things like you can Tesla coil. I don't know about the attack range thing so much. I don't know, not too many characters struggle with range. We'll just settle on 7 out of 10. I could see this in the game. And finally, we have another new artifact. The Artifact of Recursion. Teleporter bosses respawn on death. Teleporter boss max health is halved on each respawn. Teleporter bosses stop respawning when the teleporter is fully charged. I think this artifact is a pretty cool way to increase the difficulty. Even if I could see myself cheesing it by keeping it alive until 99. You still have to deal with a boss for 100 seconds. It's a nice idea for an artifact. 6 out of 10. And now I'd like to close the video out with a couple suggestions from myself. I'd like to see Eclipse 9 and 10, with 9 making the teleporter take longer to charge, and 10 giving you increased base skill cooldown timers. I think Pocket ICBM should also give you a more powerful but less frequent missile. I want skills 3.0, I want more skills to play with, plus just more stuff to unlock in general. And lastly, I always thought it would be kinda cool, since you can kill Mithrix and Voidling in the same run, it would be neat if they both dropped a piece of themselves, and then this unlocked another final boss, if you will. I know they're already adding another with the next update, but maybe get a piece from all 3? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of all these suggestions and mine. Feel free to post your own. Maybe I can make another one of these with just you guys' comments. Let me know what you guys think of the more risk adjacent content. Thank you for watching. Check out my other stuff, and I'll see you next time. Take care.